Hi, welcome friends. So let's get started and we'll get straight into today's class with just some gentle warming up. Just so moving your arms from side to side, wrapping them around the body. Just notice how you're feeling this morning or today, or whatever time you're doing the class. Okay, we're going to start to bring the legs into the movement too, and you want to go the contralateral. So when the opposite shoulder comes over, lifting the leg up. And so you may need to start off quite slow. This is really a workout for the brain. So just starting off, so bringing your arms across, lifting the opposite knee. And then once you've got the rhythm, you can start to speed the movement up. So this is similar to what we do when we are walking. So the opposite shoulder to opposite hip should come forward at the same time. So it's good to start to get those connections going. So we'll just start to speed the movement up. And maybe twisting a little bit more. Okay, and then just slowing the movement down. And then just come to a place of balance. So you may need to step your feet a little bit wider, smooth out the mat. And then just take a few moments. You may like to close your eyes if you feel balanced. And just feel into the body. Just breathing here. Just notice what you're feeling. Sensations. Maybe starting to feel a little bit of energy in the body. And then set your intention for the practice. So just taking your hands together. We'll set your intentions for the day. And then just release your hands. Okay, so let's come down onto our side. So we'll start off on the right side. And just want to have your right arm just somewhere comfortable. You can rest your head on it. Bring your knees up to about hip height. So knees up, bring your feet slightly forwards. Just make sure you feel balanced here. We're going to start off with just moving the left hip. And you want to just allow the left hip to slide forward. So the knee comes off over the right knee. And then just slide it back. And just working right into the hip. So the hip comes forward and then gently comes back. So just sliding the left leg over the right leg and then pulling the left leg back. And just feeling this movement into the hip, into the buttocks, or all the way into the piriformis as well. So we'll just do that another couple of rounds. And then just stack your knees, just pause here for a moment. Now we're going to move into the upper body, so the shoulder. So you're going to just take your left hand onto the side of your head and then just gently bring your elbow towards the ground. So you'll just feel this gentle stretch across the back of the body. There's a bit of compression, a bit of tone that you'll feel in the center. And then rolling back and taking your elbow back. And then again rolling forward, contracting through the center, and then rolling back. And just take it to where it is at a comfortable place for you. So you don't need to come too far back. Your elbow doesn't need to touch the ground. So just rolling just from one side to the other. And let's just do one more full round here. So drawing the elbow forward towards the ground, just notice that feeling across the back body, gentle contraction through the front, and then taking it back and just feeling this gentle rotation that's happening. And then come back to center. So center on the side body. Okay, now we're going to add the two together. So as your elbow comes forward, you're going to pull the hip back. And then as the elbow goes back, you'll gently slide the hip forward, okay, or the leg forward. Okay, so let's begin. So just left hand onto the side of your head. Gently start to take your elbow towards the ground as you start to pull the hip back. Okay, and then slowly switch. So sliding the knee forward as you start to rotate. And then come forward with the arm, the elbow, pulling back through the hip. And then taking the knee forward and rotating through the upper body. We'll just do another 3 rounds here. So this movement won't be as big as when you're doing them individually, but notice what you're feeling, sensations in the body. So they're going the opposite direction. So the elbow comes forward, pulling back through the hip, and squeezing, especially down through the ribs, the torso, and then last time taking it back, knee draws forward. And then just come back to center. Just pause for a couple of moments. Okay, now you'll take your left hand up over the top of your head and fingers on the underside, so your fingertips will be brushing your right ear, and try not to have it with your hand behind you, so the hand goes over the crown of the head and then under. Okay, and then just rest your head back down. Now we're going to, again, just to keep the knees stacked, we're going to move both the upper body and the leg, keeping the knees together, so just the top foot will lift. Okay, so you're going to just take a nice deep breath in here. So breathing into the left side of the ribs, feeling the right side gently lifting away from the ground. And then as you exhale, you'll start to contract. So lifting your elbow, or taking your elbow toward your hip and then lifting your top foot up. So squeezing through the side of the waist to those ribs. Okay, and then as we lower back down, you want to lengthen your elbow towards the front of your mat, and you'll feel the underside waist lifting away from the ground, and what you want to feel is length to the spine. And then again, contracting, so lifting that top foot up, squeezing the ribs towards the hips towards the ribs, and then again lower back down and lengthen. So draw your elbow long away from you and feel the underside of your waist lift. And then again, lifting up, exhale the breath. And if you don't want to do it with the breath flow, you don't have to. But then as you lower back down, it'll be an inhalation. Elbow drawing towards the front of the room, lengthen. Let's do it another 2 full rounds. So giving a squeeze. Make sure you're protecting your neck here, so keep the head drawing in towards your hand. And then again, lower back down. Lengthen all the way through the elbow, and last time. So squeeze, lift up, and then lower. Then we'll just take a couple of breaths here. Just notice what you feel in the body. Okay, and then just release your right arm just in front of you. Coming into a pose called Flamingo. It's one of my favorite poses. So there's a lot happening here. There's 2 parts of the body moving. And so this is a real workout for the brain. It's kind of like when you're doing that, patting your one hand on your head and the other on your belly. It's kind of that same sort of thing. So we're going to, I'll just show it to you first and then you can do it. So left hand will come, you can use your index finger. So starting to circle your index finger up towards the back of the room. Okay, and so you're just going to start to circle the arm around. As it comes out towards the side, the opposite corner, you're going to start to hug your knee in towards your chest. And then just reaching your arm down, it'll sweep around. You start to lengthen that top leg away from you, and then keep sweeping the arm. And so now it will come out to, on the diagonal, leg goes away from you. So you're feeling this length all the way through the body, and then hugging the leg in towards your chest as you start to roll over, and arm out to the opposite side. And then just keep rolling the arm in a big circle, and as it comes around the hip, the leg goes long, and we start to circle away, and then rounding. Okay, so we'll just do another 2 full rounds. So the leg is moving, the arm is moving. So one more. So the arm and leg go long as the arm goes over the hip, reaching the limbs away from each other, and then hugging your knee in as you rotate. Okay, and then just slowly release and lie onto your back. It's one of my favorite moves to do for just releasing the spine, and I might make another video, just a better explanation of it. So just take a few breaths here and just observe what you're feeling in the body. Okay, and then we'll come on to the other side. You'll be lying on your left side. So just reaching your left arm out. You can just rest your head on the arm. Bring your knees up again to about hip height. Okay, and then just get comfortable here. We're going to start with just the hip. So you're sliding your right leg forward, just sliding it over the bottom leg, and then gently pulling it back. And just observe how this side feels. Notice if there is a difference from this side to the other side. So again, go forward and then gently pull back. Just do another 3-4 rounds. So again, just sliding the knee forward and then back, just working all the way into the hip. Let's go one more. So slide forward and then slide back. And then just stack your knees, just pausing, and then we're going to move into the upper part of the body. So it'll be right hand on your shoulder, on your head. Okay, so now you're going to bring the elbow forward, so reaching it towards the ground, and then away from you, so rolling out to the opposite side, and then again rolling forward, contracting just through the center as the elbow comes down, and then rolling back. And just allow the body to flow here, just like we were doing in Flamingo. The body just flows, just keeping the move easy and smooth in the body. So reaching the elbow forward and then taking it back. Okay, come back. So you're lying on your arm. Okay, now we're going to add the two movements together. So again, as the elbow comes forward towards the ground, you're pulling gently back through that right hip. And then opening up and sliding your knee away. And then again, rolling forward, gently pulling back through the knee, through the hip. And then sliding the knee forward and opening up through the torso. Okay, let's do it another 3-4 rounds. Okay, so just sliding that knee forward, rotating. We'll just do one more full round here. So pulling back through the hip, elbow forward, and then pushing forward through the knee and taking the elbow back. Okay, just take a couple of breaths here. Okay, and then we take the hand over the top of the head, with the fingers just on the underside. So your fingertips will be brushing your ear. Just keep the head heavy in your hands here, so you're protecting your neck as you lift. Okay, so again, we can move with the breath. Of course, you don't have to. Otherwise, you're going to just take a breath in if you are moving with the breath. As you exhale, contracting and squeezing, lifting that top foot up, knees stay together. Inhale, lower back down and draw your elbow towards the front of your mat as you feel the length and the lifting up through the underside of the waist. And then again, exhale, squeeze, lifting up. And then inhale, lengthening through the elbow, breathing into that top waist and top ribs and feel the underside lift. So another 3 to go. So again, contract and then lengthen. Okay, as you lift up, you're pulling your rib cage down towards your hip rolling in towards the ribs. And then away, and so you feel that length all the way through the torso. One more time. So give it a squeeze, and then lengthen. And then just pause, just reset. Okay, and then again we come into Flamingo Pose. So it'll be your right hand, and again you can come onto your fingertip. If your hand doesn't have to touch the ground, but it is circling behind your head. Okay, so bring your other arm forward. Okay, and then you can start to circle your arm around as it goes out to the opposite side, which will be the right corner. Your right knee draws in toward your chest. And then keep circling your arm around as it starts to come down towards the hip. The leg starts to go long. and then you're taking your leg and arm away from each other. So the leg kicks out towards the back, so you're opening up through the hip flexor area, and then again, just gently rolling around. Just allow the movement to be fluid. Again, the knee hugs up, and then take your arm away, leg starts to draw away, and then reaching them away from each other. So let's do that another 3 full rounds. So again, just really feeling into the pose, working all the way up and down the spine. And it can become quite a fluid movement once you start to get the rhythm. Okay, and last time. Okay, and then just roll gently over onto your back. Again, we'll just take just a few breaths here. You may like to close your eyes and just feeling into the body, observing any differences that you may notice in the left and the right sides of the body. The brain loves contrast, so observe the contrast that you notice. Okay, and then you may like to give your knees a hug in towards your chest, maybe gently rock from side to side. And then let's come up to a comfortable seated position. So you may like to sit up on a blanket. If you've got blocks or 1 or 2 blocks, you may like to sit up on blocks. So you can sit cross-legged or up onto your shins. So just finding a place that's comfortable for you. A chair is also welcome if this is not comfortable sitting like this. Again, we'll just do a little bit of workout for the shoulders, just warming up the shoulders. Okay, so just taking your hands together, just pushing your hands in towards each other. Start to lift your elbows up towards the ceiling, and then lifting your sternum, your chest up. And then releasing the arms out to the side, gently drawing back through the arms, palms can face up. Again, just lifting the sternum, reaching your arms out, and then we're going to just gently round. So take your left arm up over the right arm, and maybe gently tucking the chin in. And then just sit up tall, release your hands, and again, hands to heart center, pushing your hands in towards each other, start to lift the elbows up, sternum lifts. And then reaching your arms away. So again, just drawing back, squeezing through the shoulder blades, palms may lift up. And then taking your arms out long, and this time we'll take right arm over left, give yourself a hug. You can just hold here or drawing your chin down, maybe a gentle rounding into the upper back. Okay, and then just sit up tall, just release your arms. Take your hands just onto the fronts of your thighs, and then you hug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then just gently rounding forward. So chin can tuck in. Is that still that hunching up, feeling that contraction right up into the shoulders, traps, and then just slowly release. Again, lengthen through the crown of your head. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Turn your palms up, and then squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. So thumbs gently pull back. And then just release that. Again, hands onto your lap, hunching your shoulders up, and then gently rounding. So maybe tucking the chin in if that feels good. And then sit up tall. Just release the shoulders away from the ears. Turn your palms to face up, and then gently draw your arms back. So squeezing through the shoulder blades, drawing your thumbs towards the back of the room. Okay, and then just release that. Just circle through the shoulders, just in one direction, and then the other direction. And then we'll come to a tabletop position. You can just move through about 3 or 4 rounds of cat and cow, just working your way through the spine. So just breathing in, just reaching your chest forward and up. And then rounding, so drawing your chest in towards your spine, so arching up through the chest. And then again, just breathing in and exhale. Let's do one more full round in this direction. So take a nice deep breath in, reach your sternum forward and up, and then exhale. Come back to a neutral position. This time we're going to switch the breath. So take a breath in. As you exhale, reaching your sternum forward and up, and then breathing in, rounding up through the upper back. And again, exhale the breath, and inhale to round. Just Do one more full round here. So exhaling and just notice if you experience a difference. And exhale. And come back to a neutral position. Just take a couple of easeful breaths here. Okay, and let's just move a little bit into the hips. We did this pose yesterday. So we're going to hug the thigh, right thigh in towards your chest. Take it towards the elbow, out to the right, and then rolling it around so your foot points up towards the ceiling, and then hovering your knee. So again, thigh towards your chest, elbow out to the side, knee out to the side, rounding around. So now the front of your thigh is facing towards the ground. And then releasing down. We'll take it in the other direction. So you lift your thigh up, toes point up towards the ceiling, then start to rotate it around. So knee out to the side, bring it towards your elbow, hug it in towards your chest, and take it back and up. So again, just rolling around here. And then just lower your knee down. Just pause for a moment, and then we'll take it into the other side. So thigh draws towards your chest, knee towards the elbow, and then taking it around, so circling around the hip. Hover your knee and again draw it forward, elbow, knee out towards the side, and then again toes point up, and then releasing your knee back down. We'll take it in the other direction, so lifting your thigh up, toes point up, then turning your leg out to the side, knee stays bent, bringing your knee towards your elbow, thigh towards chest, and then taking it back and up. One more time, so feeling all the way around the hip. And then release your knee down. Then just slide back to your child's pose. Just take a couple of breaths here. Okay, and then we'll come into downward facing dog. So just curling your toes under. Just hover your knees above the ground. And take your hips back. Lifting your hips up. And you may like to just work through the legs here. So just pedaling through the feet. And just allow the movement to be fluid so you can get all the way into the shoulders. Okay, and then you're going to lower the outside edge of your right foot towards the ground, so pinky toe side, inside edge of your left leg, so big toe side down to the ground, just gently bending your knees and pushing back. You can stay like this, otherwise get strong through your right arm. You're going to lift your left arm up and glide it all the way forward into a plank pose. So reaching and then just bending through the knees, lower your hand down, and then come back to downward facing dog. Then we'll come to the other side. So left foot, outside edge, right foot, inside edge. And again, just bend your knees here. And this may be enough for you, just keeping both hands down. If you feel balanced, you can extend through the legs, strong through your left arm, reaching your arm up, and then gliding the arm forward. Feel you're lifting those hips up, and then bending your knees, placing your hand down, and then again coming back onto the balls of your feet. Just take another full round of breath here in your downward facing dog. Exhale your breath. And then just bending your knees, lifting your heels, and then step towards the front of your mat. Okay, take a nice deep breath in here, lift and lengthen your spine. And then as you exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rising up, lead with the sternum to come all the way up to standing. And exhale, reaching your hands through heart center. Okay, again, so reaching your arms out, take them all the way up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands draw down through heart center. Let's do it one more time. So nice deep breath in, lifting up through the sternum, reaching your arms up, and then exhale, hands draw down through heart center and release. Okay, so just stepping your feet about hip width distance apart, take your right hand onto your hip, left palm to face up, and then reach up and take it over towards the right side. Now push down into your left foot as you reach through those left fingers. And then inhale back to center, reaching both arms up and sitting back into your seat. So, and then coming into chair pose, sit bones draw back, weight in the heels. Now start to reach your sternum up as you pull your arms out to a cactus. And then reaching your arms forward. Take a breath in and exhale, folding forward. Inhale to lift and lengthen your chest. And then as you exhale, you're going to step your left foot back all the way back and lowering your back knee down to the ground. Take an inhale breath and rising up. Coming into your low lunge position, remember that zipping up. Exhale, just gently glide your pelvis forward without arching the back here, so tone through the buttocks, tone your center. And then exhale, lower your hands down to the ground, turn your back foot up, and then you're going to just lengthen through that front leg. The knee can stay as bent as much as you need. And then bending into that front leg, let's draw the arms forward, reaching forward into arrow pose, so high lunge position. Just breathing here. On your next breath in, you're going to slowly rise up, bending into your back knee. So find that length. And then pushing off the back foot, lengthen through the back leg, and then step all the way forward. And release your arms down. Just take a full round of breath here. And then left hand onto your hip, turn your right palm to face up, reach it all the way up to the ceiling. And then come over towards the left side of the room. Now push down into your right foot and lengthen through your right fingers. Okay, gently gliding up, so take a nice deep breath in, sitting back into your seat. And then exhale, navel draws in, start to pull your elbows out, wide reaching the sternum forward. And breathe in to reach your arms, still sitting back in your seat. And then exhale, dive all the way down, taking your forward fold. Okay, so nice deep breath in, lifting your chest up, lengthen your spine, and plant your hands. Step back to your right foot back and lower the knee down. So rising up into your low lunge position. Again, tone your buttocks, zip up. Just allow the pelvis to gently come forward. And take one more breath in. And then exhale, plant your hands down, curl your back toes under and lift the back knee up. And just allow your legs to lengthen here. And then breathing and bending into your front leg, reach your arms forward into arrow pose. So your chest comes forward at a 45-degree angle. Get strong in the legs. On your next breath in, push into your front foot, start to lift the chest up and bend your right knee. So find that length all the way up through the torso. Just breathing here, now pushing into the ball of your back foot, lengthen your back leg. And then step all the way forward. And release your arms down. Just take a nice easy breath here. Stepping your feet about hip width distance apart. Okay, when you're ready, I'll actually turn to face you for this position. Going to balance on your right foot. So again, remembering the four corners of your foot as you come into the balance. And then step your left foot out to the side and then slightly back. So you're already starting to open up through the front of the hip. Then your right arm comes out to the right and gently draw it back. So you're feeling this now across the body. So you're going to take a nice deep breath in here, lengthen. As you exhale, start to lift your left knee up. You can feel like your hand is there. You don't have to use your hand though. So just start to contract through this area. Then you pull your right arm across and then take elbow to knee. And then reach your limbs away. Now you can keep your toe down the whole time and then just do the upper body if you need to. Otherwise, lifting that left leg, rotate, and then elbow to knee. And again, drawing your limbs away, lifting that knee up, and twist, and elbow to knee. And then reaching. Just pause here, feeling that all the way across the body. And then bend your knee, place your left foot down, release your arm, and then just give it a shake out. Switching sides. So ground down through your left foot. Find that focus point for you. And then you're going to step your right foot back. And again, you can keep your toe down if you need to. So it comes slightly out to the side and then back. So you're just feeling this opening across the body and then reaching the opposite arm away. Okay, so take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, right thigh lifts, rotate, and then elbow to knee. And then again, taking the limbs away. And then again, rotate and elbow to knee. Let's do it one more full round. So reaching, thigh lifts, rotate, elbow to knee. And then again, drawing them away, pause. and then release, and then just shake it out, walking it all the way out. Okay, and then let's come down onto your front side. So bending your knees, sit bones draw back, hands down. Okay, just lying all the way down, coming into crocodile pose. So just moving your hips from side to side. Forehead can be stacked. Just come into your breathing. Okay, we're just going to finish with a twist. So just lying on your left side, reaching your right arm, left arm out. Bring your right knee out in front of you so it comes to about a 90-degree angle. And then you're going to kick your left foot in towards your buttock and take your right hand to take a hold of the foot. And if it doesn't reach, you can use a strap here. And then just gently start to draw your foot towards the ground. Just until you start to feel this opening, cross the front of the shoulder, down through the torso, all the way to the opposite leg. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then slowly release. And then just switching sides. So roll over onto your right side. Left foot comes out in front. Right leg goes long. And then kick your right foot in towards your buttock. Take your hand on the inside edge of your foot. And then again, you just gently start to lower the foot down towards the ground. Just feeling that gentle opening through the shoulder, down across the torso towards that opposite leg. Just notice if there's a difference on this side as opposed to the other side. Just again, looking for those contrasts. And then gently release. Just make your way onto your back. You may like to just give your knees a hug in towards your chest. And then just making your way into your Shavasana. And then just allow your body to settle on your mat as you let go of all the instructions. Just allow the body to absorb all that's going on. And stay here for as long as you like. Whenever you're ready, you can just gently make your way up to a seated position. Taking your hands together at your heart center, just take a moment to acknowledge the time that you've spent honoring yourself. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.